I believe this is the perfect example of why you shouldn't make a movie just because an IP exists. Unironically though, like who is this for? Who is the targeted demographic that is supposed to go watch this? Because, well, it's not me. My wife doesn't like it. If I had a daughter, I would probably just get her to watch anime or some Korean films. Like, there is no knowledge, nothing here that could benefit my child if I had one. You know, it's like, literally, for who is this made? But it exists. Apparently, they use so much pink that they caused a shortage for the color pink. It's ridiculous. But one of the writers is coming out and is shaming this movie. Doesn't really surprise me because the writer is saying that they wanted to make an anti-Barbie movie. They can't help themselves. Like, they lack higher cognitive thought. They just cannot help themselves. They take an IP and then they make the anti-IP the movie. So, like, the five fans that the Barbie IP has would have been very disappointed about this. I mean, they probably are. I don't know. Did the movie come out? I'm not even interested in this. But, like, the reason I'm talking about it is that even when it comes to fucking Barbie, like, even when it comes to, like, they took a fringe IP that, let's be honest, no one cares about in 2023, okay? Like, even little girls do not play with dolls anymore. They play with their iPhones. But like, okay, fine. So you think, like, the fringest IPs out there, and your idea is, like, let's make the anti-Barbie movie and spend $100 million on it. But why, though? Why would you do this? Why can't you make Barbie the movie? Why is it that so difficult to accomplish? I would wish to talk with these people. Like, why is it that you just cannot take an IP? Like, if you must, if you're incapable of creating your own because your brain is stunted and limited, I understand, okay? Like, you hire these writers that do not have the full mental capacity of an adult to be capable of writing something, okay? So you need to take an IP that's already there to give them a crutch in order to be able to just try and create whatever. But like, why can't you just do what the IP is meant to do? In the case of Barbie, there already is a movie that does it what it's setting out to do. You know, like Legally Blonde. Have you seen that movie? Right? So, like, the main protagonist is a bimbo. She isn't very smart. But through the course of the movie, there is a romance, right? It's wholesome. And she manages to show that despite the initial appearances, she may not be educated. However, she has wisdom. And there is, like, some wholesomeness to it. And, you know, it's not like she is better than the man or like she has to be a girl boss or anything like that. No, it's just like she subverts the expectations of people, trying to show that, okay, well, she is a bimbo, but actually, she manages to get herself out of the situation. And it's a comedy. It's funny. Women like it. Men like it. It makes money. Why is it that you can't do that today? Why are you incapable of? Like, how difficult must it be to write something like that? You know, it's so fascinating because back in the day, people had less money to put on special effects, less money to pay for all of the technology that we have today. And even yet, like, the more technology, the more availability, the more special effects you have, movies are going to shit rather than becoming better. Because everything has to be a political message, right? Like, it's the girl boss. How many girl bosses do we need? Like, when are we going to have the girl underling? Or the girl team player? Can we have the girl team player? Like, do those even exist? Yeah, like, is that even in fiction apparently it doesn't exist. The girl team player. This is what I want to see. The girl team player in the movie. By the way, this is why Girl Boss, the movie, always ends up failing. It's because if you look at Star Wars, it's literally the same stuff, you know? In the previous Star Wars, you had C-3PO, which was basically like the database, the knowledge, like in every situation. He knew the history or the language of the people you're encountering with. You had Han Solo, and he's the rogue, like he's the pilot. You have the Jedi Luke. He's the one that fights with the lightsaber. So it was a team, right? Like every single person had its own speciality. It was having like their little domain so that together they shine. However, if you look at the new Star Wars movie, you have the girl boss, you have Rey. She's able to fight in hand to hand, just like Finn. She's able to fight with other Jedis. She's able to pilot a ship. She's able to do literally everything to the point where none of the other characters even matter. Like, you can remove all the other characters from the movie, and Rey Skywalker would do everything. And it creates for a boring show. Like, there's no... Like, why are there even other characters there? They're just distracting you from Rey. It's the same thing with Girl Boss, the movie. This is what you're doing, and this is why they can't create romances anymore. Did you notice that? Like, when is the last romantic Hollywood movie that you have seen? Because I don't remember. And the reason for it is that romance requires two halves that make a whole. But when the girl is the boss, and she does everything, and she's good at everything, and as you can even see here, right, like, I haven't even seen the movie, but I'm looking at this, like, the man is the comedy relief, right? He's not sitting up front with her. He's not next to her. He's somewhere in the back, emasculated, and, you know, like, doing the soy face, trying to pretend that he is happy, but if you look like at his eyes, it is a scream of despair, a scream of pain, right? No one from the audience that's a man wants to be this guy. Looking at just the trailer, looking at just the poster, sorry. No one wants to be this guy, right? So, like, how can you have a romance like this? Why can't he be up here? And instead of doing the soy face, why can't he just, you know, act like he is happy without forcing it like this? So this is why they can't do romance, right? Because she has to be the girl boss. She has to be in front driving, and he has to be way back in the trunk. I mean, he's not even on the back seat, is he? He's like literally in the fucking trunk, like somewhere behind. And you have to show the displays of woke capitalism over here, you know, with the rainbow. Basically, God's promise that he will not destroy the earth. Like, they're making this movie and it's reminding, hey, God, you promised you're not going to flood the earth again, right? Like, remember your promise? Remember? Please don't flood the earth if we made this. But yeah, so the writer, despite the fact that he is salty, is absolutely right. You know, making Anti-Barbie the movie, bad idea. Well, actually, making Barbie the movie is already a bad idea, but they can't help themselves. So even with this IP, they had to subvert it. I do wonder, though. I do wonder, like, it must happen at some point where they're just going to take an IP and they're going to say, all right, well, we want to make this movie for the fans of the IP, so we're not going to subvert any expectations. Well, actually, we are. We are going to subvert their expectations by actually fulfilling the expectations, by actually following the lore, by actually being true to the story, by respecting the characters, and by not trying to stuff a political message, right? Like, she's not the girl boss, she's Barbie. And she loves Ken. And she loves feminine stuff. Like, she likes to wear pretty dresses, she likes to wear pretty outfits, and that's her. That's the character. Can we do that? No, probably not. But one day, maybe. One day, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.